Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Compose Concordance presents Strings Plus. You can applaud. You can applaud the whole time. Anytime you want to applaud the little pieces, we're like applause. My name is Chief Pritsker. This is Dan Cooper. We co-direct this organization called Compose Concordance, which is in its 41st season. It's been around for 41 years. And yeah, exactly. Applaud anyone. Linda, whose husband started this organization 41 years ago. Linda Pearson is here. Hi, Linda. And we produce about 50 concerts a year, so that's like, well, next week we have like 2, but it's at least 1 a week. So there's a lot of concerts. That's all I'm trying to say.
Including,
oh, Dan's going to tell us.
On the back of your program, you'll see some information about Information.
Information is the next concert at the Harlem Jazz.
That's the name of one of Gene's groups. It's called Information. Did Gene come up with that name?
No, Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown. So it's a quartet, yeah?
It's a quartet. 2 guitars, drums and bass, and we're playing at the Harlem Jazz Series.
At Mount Morris Church.
Presbyterian.
Yeah.
It's a very hip church, very hip series. And after that, we have our festival. This is our 13th or 14th annual?
Yeah.
13th, yeah. And it's called Motion, so it's going to be 5 concerts all about motion. So on Sunday, we have a juggler, a mime, a breakdancer, I don't know, it's a whole bunch of people, motion. Oh, karate, Tai Chi and karate she's going to do. It's going to be a lot of motion plus some music. Some chamber music and motion, that's what's going to happen.
This is Quartet Plus, of course.
Yes, and this is the CompCord String Quartet. Yeah. We're going to play a lot of cool music on the program. We have the composers that wrote for this are mostly alive and here. Some of them, not all of them are here. Some of them are in Europe, hopefully watching on the live stream. It's kind of late, probably 1 in the morning, but maybe they're up. But the other composers are here, and we're going to ask the composers to come up and say a couple of words. Nothing lengthy, but something short and amazing. You better say something amazing. All right.
And Gene is up first.
So let's just start with our first composer is Gene McBride. And Gene, can you come up and say something about your piece, which is a movement from a Bechtold quartet called
Clouds.
You talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the Rudimento, which is a mixed instruments. 2 of the movements are a string quartet. This is the 4th one. And the Zulus say Clouds is the name, because when I was by the Hudson River, the sky was incredible. All right, it was just beautiful clouds. So I took a video of it, and I was thinking of setting the visual to the music, and that's how we ended up getting with this. I would like to thank Composers Concordance. This is really wonderful. And the group of musicians that are here tonight are just outstanding. The piece is dedicated to Gene Pritsker.
I'm always in the class.
Yes. And if anything goes wrong, you can blame him.
Exactly. I'm here. The buck stops here. It's fine.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the piece.
Not the violas. Our next piece is by Carolyn Steinberg, and it's called Overture to a Concerto. Carolyn, can you tell us a little about your piece?
Very little, yes. The piece is called Overture to a Concerto because I took as my themes, themes from a piece that I wrote 45 years ago, flute concerto, that was never performed entirely, but did receive a reading at the school I was attending at the time, which was Juilliard. So the kids did a great job with it, but I never heard the whole piece. So when Gene suggested writing for a string quartet, I took that and took some themes from the flute concerto for my dear friend Sheryl Henze, the magnificent flute.
Sheryl Henze is going to invite her up next.
And wove it together with new material, and essentially that's what happens in an overture for an opera, is some of the themes that are coming with some materials and hold it all together. So that's what we have. Thank you.
trumpet, soprano, and string quartet, and it's by Faye-Ellen Silverman. Ellen, where are you? There you are. Come on up and tell us something about it, while Franz Hackl and Sara Paar come up and take their places.
There was a silent auction for Wooten composers, and I had agreed to write a piece, and I chose to write from Adam's diary, which is from Mark Twain's From the Diaries of Adam and Eve. And Sarah, among other people, had said, after hearing my piece, you have to write something from Eve's perspective. It's not fair. You have to give equal time here. So, what's interesting about it is, first of all, I should explain the earrings on the shirt, because in Mark Twain's opinion, it was not the snake that caused the expulsion from the Garden of Eden. He was very much a feminist perpetuator, supporter, whatever you want to say. And so what he said was, it was really a really bad joke that Adam told that got them thrown out of Eden. So it was not Eve's fault, it was not the snake's fault. So here I am supporting the snake. And in this particular work, one of the themes was that from Adam's diary, he quotes from Eve's diary, and Eve says that the garden is lost, but I have found him, and I am content. And that becomes the basis of this piece, which is broken up in different sections, and in between it is a commentary about why she is in love with him, with his faults, with his good points, everything about it. The thing about Mark Twain is he's known for his humor, and his diaries are really, really funny, but he was really lost without his wife when she died, and this was a tribute. And he actually ends the book by saying, wherever East was, there was Eden. And so this is a tribute to Eve by Mark Twain.
handsome, and I love him for that. And I admire him, and am proud of him. But I could love him without those qualities.
Franz Hackl Sara Paar on vocals, Faye-Ellen, Silverman on the percussion. So the next piece is by Ginka Mizuki, and Ginka Mizuki shares a body with Michio Suzuki. They live together in the same. They how much in harmony. I'm not sure how they live together. I'm not sure what's happening. Anyway, this piece also has. It has 3 titles. She's not here. Oh, so who is this? This is Michio we're talking. Hi, Michio. Nice to meet you.
No, Ginka.
Oh, you're Ginka right now. Oh, right now you're
Michio is
Ginka.
not here.
Oh, Michio's not here.
Nobody.
I'm so confused. It's a them. It's a they. Them. Okay. Tell about your piece that has 3 titles for some reason.
No.
No.
You chose this one.
Oh, I chose the title.
Remember,
I don't remember
I
anything.
gave you 3 and you choose 1. Actually, I wanted to ask them to choose.
I don't talk to them.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this piece is originally I wrote for Quartet, and the title is, this one is, which one is that?
Canon Kunz.
Oh, Canon Course. The last one. Yeah, that's one.
Is it Japanese?
You chose this one.
Oh,
No, this one is a scrambled consonants. So I just scrambled it anagram it. So originally that was for Quartet and then Nanon Chesko. then I rearranged that, used it for another one, which like, yeah, because I don't remember. Open a sector.
Oh, I see.
And so then I have two more like left. So like I made it into a string quartet to see how it works. And I'm not so sure if it actually works.
It works good.
But like I just want to try it, and still I have two more names.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
still I can reuse
Okay,
it.
we'll have
in the future. I will
about
do the
40
same.
tubas.
Yeah.
Look at this.
This is a dance.
This is good?
And it's supposed not to make any sense. You're just doing whatever. So sorry about that. Anyway, I hope you can enjoy
Hey,
it.
keep us honest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. we got very comfortable there. But this is our first concert at what we are now calling Cossin's Chinatown Theater. No, Cossin Theater in Chinatown. And this is David Cossin, everybody. You know, not just David only owned this place and has graciously asked let us have a concert here in his very large living room. He's also a great percussionist who I've known since, I don't know, you were like 20 or something. Long time ago, right? When I still knew it, back in the day. And Dave plays drums with me a bunch and other percussion instruments, but sometimes I like to write weird things for Dave. So I thought, what about a piece for triangle and string quartet? So Dave showed me one of his triangles, and I recorded various parts of this triangle and transcribed the overtones at home. Because you hit it in different places, and you hear different overtones. It's really interesting. And then the harmonies came up with the string quartet from the triangle's overtones. I don't know, that's some serious deep shit, but you can't really hear any of that. It's in there, just trust me. And, but then of course the groove, it's all about the groove. So this is the premiere of this piece, and I wanted a funny title, so I called it From All Angles. Because you see this funny, Linda laughed. Okay, that's it, I'm good, I'm out of here. Thank you. I gotta go home back. So it's From All Angles, and I did record all the angles from this side, that side. See, it's a little different. You hear the different overtones? And I transcribed it for them, and we'll see what happens. So this is From All Angles, and we're not going to do that. Cossin. It might have been the first and last sequence for trying on string quartet. I don't know if anybody else is doing it. We're going to invite back on stage Sara Paar and Franz Hackl, and we're going to play a premiere piece by a friend of mine from Austria. His name is Philipp Moll. He's a great bass player. We just did a tour together in Bavaria and Switzerland, and he wrote us this piece, and it's very hard, but for me to conduct, he's even going to play, but I don't know. So it's called Origin of Soprano. I'm going to wait a little bit. Franz has known Philipp since he was a little kid or something.
Exactly. Actually, I played with his dad in my first jazz club.
When Franz was a kid, he played with his father, with Philipp's father, in a band back in Tyrol.
Exactly. So
it's all the family.
As a baby.
Now. I know, I'm practicing.
The same. It's me too.
Practice here.
It's sort of short.
Yeah. Yeah, got it. I think we finally nailed it. No promises. Yeah? The fan. I don't know, where's the. I don't know. Maybe. Let's wait. Are you? I don't know what it is. What do we got next? Oh, Anya by Daniel Palkowski is here, alive and well. I think he has a daughter named Anya or something.
He said mostly alive, right?
Mostly alive.
Mostly alive.
It's mostly here.
Yeah.
Tell us about your string quartet, Anya.
Oh, okay.
Anya's quartet.
Anya's quartet, yes. Well, my wife, daughter, and I have had a sort of an ongoing association with our father's music school in Scarsdale. And my daughter was in the string quartet there, so I just created this short movement that she played in the quartet. It's basically in sort of an A-B-C-A form, so there's a slow intro, kind of gets into a slightly more energetic middle, then it gets a little bit bouncy, almost verse-like, and then it goes back to the opening again.
There's going to be a test later, so please write down where the section
Yes,
is.
indeed.
And I'm going to ask you bar numbers, and you're going to say it. What do you think?
If you can name the key, you can have it.
Thank you, David. All right. On this quartet, here we go. Everybody good? Wait, do you want this off still?
Yes.
David, Cossin, is there a way to turn off this thingy?
Turn off?
Yeah.
Oh, someone said to turn it stronger.
Now it's gone.
It's been stronger. Now it can relax.
Can you do both?
Yes.
Turn it off and make it stronger. All right. Juice ready? And
how's everyone doing?
Yeah, Dan, take it over. I'm going to get a beer.
Let me ask you a question. You having a good time?
Yay!
Come on. Is this a New York crowd or what? You having a good time?
Yay!
All right, that was somewhat better. Let me have just a quick reintroduction of these amazing players. Of course, Lynn, Bechtold, and Zaki on the violins. Artie Dibble on the viola. Wooten on the cello. And the plus for this next piece is our host of the evening, Dave Cossin. Dave, thank you so much for hosting this concert here tonight. And I wrote this next piece for one of Gene's groups, actually. Not Sound Liberation, his big group, not Information, the jazzy group, but rather the guitar quartet, which is called
My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama.
That's the name of Gene's guitar quartet. So I wrote this piece for Gene's guitar quartet, and then there were some rhythms and stuff that weren't quite locking in, and there was limited rehearsal time. Like, Dan, can you just play the drum on this and keep time? So I did my best to play the percussion part. I'm really a bass player. Tonight we've got one of the greatest percussionists on the whole scene, Dave Cossin, to perform. And I know that Franz, where's Franz? Franz hates when people say, I hope you enjoy. So Franz, I didn't say, hope you enjoy.
That's so confident.
Cossin, Artie, Dan Cooper. Nice. All right. Lynn told me not to drink, but I started drinking. Sorry, Lynn. Once again, next piece is called Funeral. Oh. After the funeral, huh? After this is my funeral. And Sarah's coming. Oh, and Franz is coming. Franz, you gonna go? So this is another Austrian friend of ours. His name is Clemens and Rofner, and he's also a bass player. So there's a theme: Austrian bass player. Only Austrian bass players. Who Franz and I have also known since he was quite a young cat, right? Is this true, Franz? Am I lying?
But he's aging fast.
But he's aging faster than usual. It's the bass and running the festival.
We're good friends with him, so we're allowed to see.
We're allowed to. Maybe he's watching online. If you do, alright. If you're in here, he's probably doesn't underwear again. I mean, I'm assuming. No, he's in his underwear again. Sorry. Alright, Funeral for composed chords. What was I gonna say? What is it? 85. I know this. I know this. Franz is out to drinking. Franz is on drinking duty. Sarah still has to sing one more song. This one is called Orfano, sorry, by David C. David's here. He's alive. Dave, talk about it.
I'm alive.
You're alive. You're alive.
And I believe it's pronounced Orfano.
Oh, really?
First syllable.
Can we both get it?
I also, however, have to correct the name of the poet, who should be Giovanni Pascoli, not to be confused with the Italian director Pasolini, which is kind of who I was thinking of. So there's that. That's my face palm.
Okay.
So it means orphan. The title means orphan. Pascoli was a prominent Italian poet of the late 19th and early 20th century. He had himself lost much of his immediate family at a very young age, father, mother, and 3 siblings, so the theme of loss was close to his heart. This is the music is a berceuse, it's a rocking lullaby. And I'll also say about Pascoli that he was a little post-romantic, but not really a modernist either. His work focused on, in his words, piccole cose, small things, everyday subjects, close to nature, to the trees and birds and flowers and church bells and the winds. And here in this poem is a spare and concise picture of an infant child being watched and cared for and hoped for, a survivor of a tragedy left unrecounted, shivering in the winter cold, but awake with endless possibilities.
Thanks, David.
I hope you enjoy it.
Franz, get him! Get him, Franz. Where's Franz? Franz gonna hate you for this. Franz gets very violent when he hears that, more than once. Alright, it's a waltz. If you guys want to dance, please don't. our program with a tango by our violinist, one of our violinists, Mark Zaki. Mark wrote a tango. He didn't write a tango. All right, Mark, tell us everything about it. I'm going back there.
Everything? Yeah, well, I think it's kind of weird being on this side of the tango. The question I always get is this the Philipp glass tango? And no, it's not. It actually has very little to do with glass.
Okay.
And actually, if anything, it has to do with glass of the cocktail variety. Which has very little to do with tango too, but we'll see. Yeah, so when I was working on this, I actually was sketching it out, and I played some of the sketches from my daughter, who was also a musician. She's a mezzo, and she listened to it, and she sat back and I asked her what she thought, and she said, well, when in doubt, blame the floor.
for having us. Thanks for doing your day. Thanks for playing. Let's hang out. We have some wine. Let's finish this wine. I don't want to take it home. Or I don't want to leave it for Dave. Dave's an alcoholic. He doesn't want it. All right. So thank you guys for coming out. Let's hang out and chill. Thanks.
This used to be your house? This used to be your house? It used to be, from 1912.